Hello, everybody. You can call me Hunch, and today I'm going to talk about how I actually think Bitcoin is going to get to 200,000. And I didn't come up with this prediction. This guy named Timely did, but I agree with him. I ran a little calculation. Let's dive on into this quick video. Okay, so I found this article and it says U.S. household wealth increased smallest in Q3. Okay, so what is U.S. Household wealth? Well, it's about 144 trillion. That's a lot of money. Okay, who owns most of that? That's baby boomers. That's our grandparents. That's the trust. You know, the whatever. But okay, so I went down here. And I found an astonishing thing. This is astonishing to me. Okay, the amount of amount held in household savings deposits. Okay, remember savings deposits. These are like less than 1% interest. Okay, $10.7 trillion. Okay, Americans, get your act together. Okay. 10.7 trillion divided by 329 million people in the US is $35,000. What is going on? Second of all, I think the Fed likes that because if anyone has been paying attention to what's going on in Canada, the government can easily seize your assets from those accounts. So my recommendation would be, not financial advice, get your money out of banks, right? I would prefer stable coins or Bitcoin, right? That's just what I do. I keep zero money in checking and savings. And personally, I feel like if you do have money in checking and savings beyond like a small emergency, and I'm talking about very small because you could always take a loan against your Bitcoin as collateral, I would feel really dumb holding money in a checking and savings account. Okay. The other one was 3.71 in a checking account. Okay, that's just pathetic. Okay, checking account is worse than a savings account. Okay, that's $10,000 per person in the United States. Okay, Americans need to get their mind around money. We are so dumb. I mean, I'm not saying the rest of the world is not dumb, but we need to get our act together. This is so pathetic. If you've got over 10 grand in your checking account, I don't know what's wrong with you, right? Unless your mortgage is like $8,000 a month. Okay, that makes sense. I don't think there's many people with a mortgage of about $8,000 a month. I think that's pathetic if you have that much money in your checking account. Okay, so this is how I think it gets there. If you've ever listened to this guy, Tom Lee, I've been listening to him for years. He runs Fundstrap Global. It's a research company. And he has called correct Bitcoin prices, he called them in time frames though, like timelines, okay? And the timelines were always off. But eventually they got to those prices. And I think his reasoning, like when I listened to his podcast, his interviews, his reasonings were correct. He may have been off by some time, but I think they were correct. But basically he's saying that the windfall of all of these assets just sitting and doing nothing, not earning yield, in bonds, right? There's so many people that are in assets that don't make money. They just sit there and they wonder why they're always broke and they wonder why they're always poor, right? And this is the reason. And Bitcoin is the easiest thing to understand, right? For people, right? So if you go around, you can go find the things. He's basically saying this wealth from baby boomers can easily push Bitcoin to 200,000. Okay, it doesn't even need to be that much. It just needs to be a little bit, I think, right? They're going to, when they raise interest rates, he thinks that it's going to, a lot of it's going to come back into crypto, right? And I agree with him. I just think these numbers are astonishing. You know what it makes me? It also makes me think that the debt of the U.S. is, you know, they're not worried about it, right? Because they've got a lot of wealth in the U.S., right? And so I think there's something going on there that they're not telling us, right? That's not saying I'm not worried about the debt. I think the debt is completely insurmountable at this point without drastic measure, right? Like seizure of bank accounts or seizure of property, right? I mean, this house I live in, right? I don't actually own it. I have a mortgage on it, right? So I think the government could easily seize this in an emergency, right? I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm not, you know, I'm not speculating and I'm not conspiring. I'm just saying that's happened in countries like, you know, that have gone bankrupt, basically. They've seized the citizens' assets. So That's something I would worry about, but not for a long time. Okay, but I'm just saying I think Bitcoin gets to 200,000 because bonds are trash. There's so much wealth in America, and it's not even near crypto. Okay, it's just I don't get old people who just can't put a little bit in crypto. It makes no sense. But further along, these numbers are astonishing. America, get your act together. 10,000 checking accounts, 32,000 in savings accounts. What is wrong with you? You can call me Hunch.